Okay, so Andy, you said after the game last week that you couldn't feel sorry for yourselves. So has it been a case of keeping the mood positive this week then?
No, it's been a case of telling the players real, honest messages.
Yeah, okay. What are those honest messages about?
Yeah, they've been really, really truthful. They've been one-sided, telling the players where we currently are, where we're currently falling short, and we have our first opportunity to do something about it in terms of game time tomorrow against Cambridge. So we will see if we've taken the information on board, in terms of what we are needing to get back to, the resilience, the hard work, the organisation. We have conceded a number of goals and opportunities in the last few weeks, certainly since Salford, and including the games up until now. And there's been areas of things which have been a recurring theme. So I say we've had some good conversations this week, been led by me predominantly, and telling the players in no uncertain terms where I think we've been falling short, and it's our collective responsibility now to do something about that.
And we just spoke to Richie Smallwood as well, the captain. How important is it for him and the leaders of that squad as well to, do the same thing, keep the players going and keeping a positive mindset and, reiterating what you're saying to them?
I think it's just really important that they get honest feedback. And when they've played well individually and collectively, you tell them and you show them. But it's also important that I show them and tell them the things which are non-negotiable, which we've been falling short of, and that those things, if you fall short of them on a consistent basis, only lead to a lack of points over a period of time. So we've been punished over recent weeks. We have to learn very quickly. It's not something we can skim over and hope something goes away. And suddenly there's a magic fairy who sprinkles stardust all over our team, and then suddenly everything's hunky dory again. Only we can put that right, on the training pitch, because I think it is a recurring theme. And then when you go onto the pitch on game day, when we're ultimately all judged, it's a responsibility of everyone who's wearing our shirt to do the very basics of the game.
And that's the thing, you got to keep that going week in, week out then, don't you?
Well, if you want to be a successful football team, there's things that you have to do every single week, and we blatantly haven't been over the last couple of weeks. We've fallen short in certain areas of the game. So yeah, there's been a line. So there's been conversations this week. There's been clips, there's been videos, there's been work on the training pitch. Ultimately, we now will be judged on, have we taken that information on board? Has it been delivered in the right way? And we'll see tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock.
As you mentioned last weekend after the game, you said you were on top a lot in the game. What do you need to do to capitalise on those moments when you are on top?
Well, I thought we scored two really good goals. We were a threat in a variety of ways, from a variety of situations. We should have scored more. We should have taken advantage of in certain other situations in and around the box where we're a little bit careless on our last pass. If the quality of the last pass would have been better, it would have led to better goal scoring opportunities. But I thought we were effective in our play in possession. We utilised different ways to attack, and we caused Walsall problems. But let's try and hide away from the fact that we conceded four goals. Joe Murphy's made a number of saves as well, certainly in the second half. So I say that has been our primary focus. I think in the first few games of the season, leading up to Crawley, we'd been really, really good without the ball, really good organisation, doing the basics of the game really well, and getting our reward in terms of points. Then from our point of view, we then say, oh, where do we get better at? Where do we create more opportunities? Where do we create more sustained attacks? And have we almost gone away too far from, say, the basics of the game, which every team, doesn't matter what league you're playing in, if you want to be successful, that the basic ingredients of the game without the ball, and certainly on transitional moments, we have to be much better at.
And when you're saying putting these messages across to the players, so how beneficial has it been without having a game midweek?
It's allowed us to have some good conversations and to get my point across, yeah.
And Joe Ironside scored and played well as well. How important was it for him to get that first goal as well? Has he been, has he been feeling more confident of scoring more goals as the weeks go on now?
Yeah, you would imagine so, wouldn't you? Obviously, when Joe first came in, he'd had very little game time with Doncaster since the end of pre-season. Hence, the 3 games he then played for us, where we tried to build up his game time. He's then into a rhythm of getting to know his new teammates and what we're trying to do. It was a brilliant finish last week. A great ball from Josh Davidson. He gets across his man at the near post and makes good contact on the ball. So it's great that he scored. I think he will be a really good player for the football club. I think he's been a regular goal scorer over the years. He's got a lot of really important parts to his game, which I think can help us become a more effective team.
And you have had injuries. I know you don't want to make excuses at all, but it has been difficult, especially trying to get a new squad gel together as well. Is that hard to get that rhythm with the differences in the squad?
Yeah, listen, everyone has to know their job and know their role and play as and when needed. We've obviously had to make, as you just alluded to there, a number of changes over the last few weeks, and we've lost players who've previously had virtually unblemished injury history here at the club. Now, obviously losing Luke in the circumstances in which we did, and then Leo Connor then becomes another one. So yeah, listen, it is what it is. So that it's a next man then, and sometimes opportunities come when the team are not playing to their best, and you get an opportunity. Sometimes it becomes in different reasons. So make sure you're ready. Make sure you're training to the level needed. So when you are judged on a Saturday, when it's game day and it's performance day, that you've not let yourself down and you're ready to go and play to the very best of your capability.
And you just mentioned Luke McGee. How is he as he starts his recovery as well?
Yeah, listen, it's going to be a really slow process. He's obviously had the operation. He's been back in and around the building this week. Obviously on crutches, we're nowhere near any advancement on that. So yeah, that's his current situation.
And you mentioned Cambridge. What kind of side do you expect to come to Prenton Park tomorrow?
A really good side. Any side managed by Neil Harris will be organised and fit. Come across him a number of times and played against him. Unfortunately, we're both that old. Had some great battles against him as a player. He's obviously managed some really good clubs. And yeah, his Walsall team have started off well. Got some real good strengths, which we have to be ready for. But I say it's what we do tomorrow. It's what we bring back to our performances, which have been missing now for a couple of weeks.
I did mention to Richie before. It's important to get a good start as well, isn't it? Start the game well.
Yeah, of course. And any team wants to score in the first minute and score in the second minute, the third minute, but sometimes those things don't materialize and they don't pan out. So it's important that we are consistent in what we're trying to do, and irrespective of the clock and the scoreline, we have to have certain things which are consistent in our performance, and we need to get back to that. Certainly without the ball, and certainly when we turn the ball over, that we need to be a much more effective team.
And just one more from me in terms of player availability. Is it more positive this week, or is it the same?
With the same group that we picked on from last week.
Brilliant. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Good speech. Thank you.
Speak to you.
Jamie?
Hi Andy, all right. Just one from me, mate. I was looking at Cambridge scored from 2 corners on Saturday. They're clearly a threat from set pieces. Is that something you're going to have to be aware of tomorrow?
They're the second highest scorers from set play in the league. They're also a threat when they're defending their own corners as well, when they bring everyone back, and they're good at the transitional moments from defending their own set play. So yeah, listen, they've got a number of strengths within their group. Everything that we think that Cambridge are really good at, the players are aware of. We spoke about, we've highlighted. But say it's certainly a day tomorrow for us to correct what has been not right in our performances over the last couple of games. Certainly our last 2 away performances where we haven't produced the basics needed to represent us as a group, us as a football club, and our supporters, because the support we've had in the last couple of games has been brilliant. Large numbers have come and support us, and they've stuck with the group. But say we need to reward them tomorrow with a really good performance. Unfortunately, you can never control the result. We go out to win every single game, but it's important that we reward our supporters tomorrow with some of the non-negotiables and the running and the effort and the commitment and the pride in wearing our badge and representing our football club. And I say the supporters are going to come through the turnstiles, get behind the team. So we've picked up a couple of really poor away performances and results. But say it's important that we're back on the horse, so to speak, tomorrow, and we're doing all the basics which are needed to win a game of football.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Andy. Good luck tomorrow.
Cheers, guys. Thank you. Take care.